Someone joined. That may be, I'm not sure who that may be.
Yes, my name is Yakuba. I'm representing for Haley. Can you hear me?
I can. Um, I'm trying to think who can actually. Is that allowed, Olive?
I don't think so.
Yeah, unfortunately, it has to be Miss Forbes. All right, I think we're good to start. Miss Olive agreed. Now that I think Miss Archie is on as well.
Yes, I think so.
All right,
Sorry, y'all. It was giving me problems logging in.
no problem. Microsoft has been having some issues anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's related. Well, good afternoon and welcome to Sky Elementary's Go Team meeting where we will follow the agenda as it has been emailed to you and publicly noticed. I'm pleased to call this meeting of the Sky Elementary School Go Team to order at 4:05 p.m. I will act in the capacity of interim Go Team chair for this meeting. Our first order of business is to appoint an interim secretary and call roll. Ms. Rosanna Sanchez will serve as the interim secretary only for this meeting. Our official secretary for the 26-27 school year will be elected during this meeting. The interim secretary will now take the roll.
Yes. So I will start with roll. Jesua, Ariel Trotter,
Here.
Robin Walker,
Here.
Charmaine Forbes, Rena Causey. I saw.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. I am here. Sanchez. I'm so sorry. Tanikia Bonsu.
I'm here.
Kirsten Thomas.
I'm here.
Kirsten, I'm sorry. And Don Archie. Here. Okay. Good.
All right, so this team will only be able to take official action if a quorum is present. Ms. Sanchez, is there a quorum present?
Yes, we may proceed.
All right, sorry. We will now move on to, nope, sorry. We will now move to fill the open community member seat. This person will serve. I don't think you're sharing your screen anymore, Miss Olive. Miss Olive, can you hear me? Give me just a second and let me see if it'll allow me to share my screen so I can go through.
Miss Olive said her screen froze. She's trying to get back in.
Okay, yeah, she called. I'm gonna try to just download it and go and see if it'll let me go as well. Thank you guys for your patience.
Yeah, sorry guys, it's like a district-wide issue with Microsoft, so it just here it's
Yeah. Whenever we're still streaming.
Yes, it says we are.
Okay, awesome.
Present.
You know what? I think I was about to jump for some those things anyway, for some reason. There we go.
This is
'Cause I was
Maria.
okay. Actually, I was supposed to approve the agenda. I've skipped, so we can go back. It's actually a blessing that happened. All right, so our first order of business is to approve the agenda. This was provided to you and copies are here. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Atenzi Tanika Bansu, motion to approve the agenda.
Awesome. Can I get a second, please?
She second the motion.
Are there any amendments to the agenda? All right, so all in favor, please say aye or raise your hand so the secretary can record your vote.
Aye, Aria
Aye.
Trotter.
All right, and all opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions? Please say abstain or raise your hand. All right, we will now move to filling vacant seats in the open community member seat. Before we begin the process, I'd like to remind the Go Team of the following. The principal brings forth the nominations for the vacant and open community seats. All Go Team members have only one vote per seat. Individuals filling a vacant seat will serve until the conclusion of that seat's term. Individuals filling an open seat will serve for the full 2-year term. Upon approval, individuals are immediately full Go Team members and may join the meeting. All right, so we will begin by filling our vacant seats. These are seats which have been vacated prior to the end of the seat's term. Individuals appointed to the seat will serve until the end of the seat's term. I have the following nominations for our Go Team's vacancy and my rationale for their nomination. I nominate Dr. Marcus Green to fill the vacant position of community member. He is actually currently one of our partners. He works with our students through New Beginnings. He works with our students and also students at John Lewis, who is our feeder middle school. Within that, he does provide therapy and whole child supports. We will now vote on the nomination of Dr. Marcus Green for the position of community member. All in favor, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions? Please say abstain or raise your hand. All right, we will now move to fill the open community member seat. This person will serve on the GO team for a full 2-year term. I'm sorry, that was the vacancy. My apologies. We will now proceed on the nomination. All opposed. All right. All right, we will review and approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting. The minutes have been provided to you. Are there any corrections? If there are no corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes?
This is Thomas, and I make the motion to approve the previous meeting minutes.
Can I get a second?
This is
This
Ms.
is Bonsu, I second.
Oh.
All right, so all in favor, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions? Please say abstain or raise your hand. Righty. All right. We will now move to electing GO team officers and representatives. Before we begin the nominations, I'd like to remind the GO team of the following. Nominations do not have to be seconded. A member may nominate themselves. A member may nominate more than one person for any position. A member may decline a nomination during the nomination process. Members may not serve more than 2 consecutive terms in the same officer position as at the same school. Nominees do not have to leave the room during the nomination period or when a vote is taken. If there is more than one nominee per elected office, each nominee will be offered an opportunity to share why they should be elected to the seat. The newly elected officers will assume their position starting at the conclusion of this meeting and serve until June 30th. All voting members have only 1 vote per seat. First, we will elect the GO team's chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the chair include, but are not limited to, leading GO team meetings, working with the principal and GO team to develop meeting agendas, ensuring every GO team member has an opportunity to be heard, and monitoring team compliance. I will now open the floor to receive chair nominations. I would like to nominate Ms. Dawn Archie for our chair.
Will accept the nomination.
Okay, so okay, so you would not like to decline the nomination. So if there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. All right, we will begin the confirmation process. We have 1 person being considered for the chair seat. The nomination for chair is Ms. Dawn Archie. At this time, I will offer each chair nominee an opportunity to explain why they are the best candidate for the position. Other GO team members may ask the nominees questions before voting. Anybody want to speak? Does Ms. Archie want to speak, or does anyone want to ask Ms. Archie any questions? All right, so please raise your hand to vote for your choice of chair for our GO team. Dawn Archie. Do I have votes for Ms. Dawn Archie? See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Was there 4? All right, any abstentions? Please say abstain or raise your hand. All right, so congratulations, Ms. Dawn Archie. You will serve as the Go Teams Chair for this school year. Woo!
Yay,
I just-
thank you all.
You're welcome. I'll be sure to get you some confetti and some balloons. It'll be great. All right, so now we will elect the Go Team's Vice Chair. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the Vice Chair include, but are not limited to, ensuring the Go Team follows parliamentary procedure, working with the principal and chair to develop meeting agendas, acting as chair if the chair is not present. I will now open the floor to receive vice chair nominations.
I would like to nominate myself, Ariel Trotter.
Oh, that's right. Come on, Ms. Trotter. All right, and I don't hear any other nominate. Oh, Ms. Walker, are you raising your hand to be nominated? Or are you raising your hand to vote?
I'm sorry, that was for Don. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
My computer's lagging.
Okay. Okay. Where was I? All right, so if there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin with the confirmation process. We have one person being considered for the vice chair seat. The nomination for our vice chair is Ms. Trotter. At this time, I will offer our vice chair nominee an opportunity to explain why they're the best candidate for the position. Other Go Team members may ask the nominees questions for voting. Any explanation or questions? All right, so please raise your hand to vote for our choice of vice chair for our Go Team. The first vote will be for Ms. Trotter. All right, see. All right. Any abstentions, please say abstain or raise your hand. Congratulations, Ms. Trotter. You will serve as the Go Team Vice Chair for this school year. All right. Now we will elect the Go Team Secretary. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the Secretary include, but are not limited to, submitting Go Team documents. That includes agendas, summaries, and minutes to the Go Team document form, taking minutes at Go Team meetings, ensuring the Go Team is in compliance with Georgia open meeting laws. I will now open the floor to receive secretary nominations. I would like to nominate Ms. Rosanna Sanchez.
Second.
I will now open the floor. I'm sorry, would any of the nominees like to decline the nomination?
No, I accept.
Go through the process, Secretary. If there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We will begin the confirmation process. We have one person being considered for the secretary seat. The nomination for secretary is Ms. Rosanna Sanchez. At this time, I will offer our secretary nominee an opportunity to explain why they are the best candidate for the position, and other Go Team members may ask the nominees questions, the nominee questions before voting. Any explanation or questions? All right, so please raise your hand to vote for your choice of secretary for our Go Team. That will be Miss Rosanna Sanchez. Seeing hands. Any abstentions? All right, please say abstain or raise your hand. Well then, congratulations, Miss Sanchez. You will serve as the Go Team secretary for this school year. Balloons, confetti, all coming. All right. So now we will elect the Go Team's cluster representative. Cluster representatives may also hold an officer position. So that includes chair, vice chair, or secretary. As a reminder, the responsibilities of the cluster representative include, but are not limited to, attending all cluster advisory team, CAT meetings, approximately 3, they have about 3 for the school year, and reporting back to the Go Team on the CAT meetings. I will now open the floor to receive cluster representative nominations.
Miss O, if no one else would like to do it, I would like to nominate myself
Come on, Dawn Archie.
to be the cluster representative. That's only if no one else is nominated and Don't want to do it.
Okay. Anyone else who has any nominations for themselves or other members of the GO team?
I would like to nominate myself, Ms. Walker.
Okay, Ms. Walker. All right. So would any of the nominees like to decline? I'm gonna say no because you volunteered yourself. So if there are no further nominations, I will close the floor. We begin the confirmation process. We have 2 people being considered for the cluster representative seat. The nominations for cluster representative are Ms. Walker and Ms. Archie. At this time, I will offer each cluster representative nominee an opportunity to explain why they are the best candidate for the position, and other GO team members may ask the nominees questions before voting. Any explanation or questions? All right, we'll start with our voting process. All right, so please raise your hand to vote for your choice of cluster representative of our GO team. We will start with Ms. Walker. So please raise your hand, GO team members, if you are voting for Ms. Walker. Trotter. Okay, she going first as well. All right, and then please raise your hand for Ms. Archie. Any abstentions, please say abstain or raise your hand. All right, so congratulations, Ms. Walker. You will serve as the GO team cluster representative for this school. That's my congratulatory dance. All right, so adhering to the agenda, we will now discuss our meeting calendar for this school year. As a reminder, our GO team is required to have at least 6 additional business meetings this school year, hold meetings outside the instructional day, live stream and record meetings, and meeting locations for hybrid meetings must be places which can accommodate the public, i.e. not a conference room. All right, so may I have suggestions or recommendations for meeting dates and times? I remember,
Miss-
oh, go ahead.
No. I was about to ask, we need to have our first meeting in September, correct?
I remember correctly, yes.
Okay.
So our first one
Can
will
we
be in
just go with the same schedule we had last time?
I'm not opposed to that. Because I remember for our 3 meetings on the budget process, we will have that first one in late January, the second one mid-February, and then that third one in early March. And those are important because that's when we will be discussing for the budget approval and budget process. All right, so our next one, well, our first actual meeting. So let's look at what we have here for September. I'm sorry, I just have my calendar pulled up. If it has to be in September. I know we're doing dinner with data that week. That's what we can get back. So looking at that 3rd week of September, and I think we're wanting to stick around like with Mondays so I can have some assistance with the meeting and driving this
So
bad boy.
the third week in September is the 21st, that Monday.
right. All right, so let's have that down. If you hear any dates, GO team members, that do not work for you, just please say something so we can go ahead and get that in. First meeting, 3rd. All right, so we'll do September 21st. Let's look at, if I can get my calendar to work, looking at October. Let's go with, let's look at 3rd Mondays. That might be a good one to go by. Does anybody remember our fall break days in October?
It's the
feel
12th
like-
of October,
Yeah.
Say it again.
19th. It's the 12th of October, so we're good for the 19th.
All right. So let's have the 19th down for our second one. Are the last 3 our budget meetings correct?
Did you have us down for January the 18th for the budget meeting?
No.
Okay.
All right, so let's do January. I feel like there's one before that. Is that no?
So we did one in November, December timeframe. Last year, November was kind of tricky because we went out for that week of Thanksgiving. But this year there are 1, 2, 3, 4, really 5 Mondays in November.
Right. So let's look at November 30th. If we need to change it, of course we can, and we'll always send out notice for those. Hold on, give me just a second for those meetings. My phone is going crazy. I got a phone call and a text. Sorry. So we do have a half day on September 21st. I'm not opposed to still meeting. We may even be able to, since it won't be a full instructional day, we may be able to meet a little earlier, but we can always circle back to that and get back with you all about September 21st. But let's look at November 30th for our third meeting. And then now let's move into January. January 18th. That's not MLK?
That is MLK, the 18th.
Right. So let's
Maybe
look.
the 25th.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. January 25th. And then, so then we need one mid-February. Can someone look at that fall break for me?
Fall break is the
Really is-
15th.
Sorry, you know I meant winter break, but it's on the 15th.
Ms. O, when do you have your budget meeting? Because I think we need to meet either before or after your budget meeting.
So the first, I'm not sure. They haven't
Okay.
given us budget meetings yet. If I
Okay.
remember, these dates worked for us last time.
Okay.
But they have been talking about changing and simplifying our budget process. So if anything needs to be updated, we can. I know that it was Dr. Johnson's wish that we kind of look at that budget process and make it a little bit more simpler. His concern was how much time the principals are in the budget season and budget process and dealing with that instead of like getting back, to like the instruction. So you said the winter break was February 15th?
Yes.
All right, so let's go with the 22nd maybe for now. Mid-February, that's like mid-February though. I would hate to put it off too late. Do you feel like the second week of February or that, I guess the fourth week of February would be more appropriate for our meetings? And this is without me knowing the dates of all of my budget processes. Unfortunately, we don't get those that ahead of time.
I feel like personally that 8th would be a better date because
Right.
if we need to change it, we still have some wiggle room in February to play with, meaning
Yeah.
the 22nd.
Okay, so let's go with February 8th. Thank you all. And then the next one needs to be early March for our budget approval. So let's look at March 8th maybe then. Does that work? Do y'all see that one? That's a Monday as well.
Yes. And just to talk about the March 15th is also an early release. You want to consider.
Oh, going maybe March 15th. Let me go March 8th just because I am very interested to see what this new process may look like, and it may come earlier than we usually have it. Hopefully. All right, so we'll look at March 8th. And again, if any of these need to be changed, we will put in the enough notice in time to say that our any dates have needed to be changed due to any, changes to our budget process. I believe that's our 6. Yep. If there is a need to hold any additional meetings, of course, that will be noticed and in the protocol. All right. So now that we have determined our calendar, may I have a motion to approve the calendar?
This is Dawn Archie. I motion that we approve the calendar with any necessary corrections.
Second. I believe Ms. Walker raised her hand to second. All right, all in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, please raise your hand. Any abstentions, please raise your hand. All right, please enter these dates into your personal calendar so you do not forget, but of course, we will always provide notice as directed. All right, we will now move to our next item of business in reviewing and updating or confirming our Go Teams public comment protocol. Public comment opportunities are available for Go Teams to hear from interested members of the community from Section 3.4 of the Go Teams Handbook. Opportunities for public comment shall be provided at least 4 times in a school or fiscal year and noted on the Go Teams webpage and meeting agenda. Go Team members will not provide responses or engage in direct conversation during public comment. Each Go Team will determine a consistent method for receiving public comments and for parents and other citizens to sign up to address the team. At least 20 minutes of time will be allotted for the public to make comments at meetings where public comment is permitted, and the public will receive at least 2 business days notice of the public comment protocol. I'm going to walk us through a few key decisions as we'll need to make as a team. As I read each one, feel free to share your thinking so we can come to agreement together. All right, so first, let's consider which meetings will allow for public comment. At a minimum, we are required to offer public comment at 4 business meetings during the year. I was thinking just go ahead and do the next 4 to be available.
I agree.
I
Okay.
agree.
All right. All right, so we'll do the next 4 meetings then, to be available for public comment. And then how will people sign up or let us know they wish to speak? We actually have a Scott Elementary School public comment request form that's already been, available before. I was thinking of just keeping that form, and then they will be accepted. Oh, wait. No, that's the next one. All right, so that's how they will sign up. Is everybody in agreement to continue with our previous protocol? Looks like we are. All right. And then the next key consideration is, what is the deadline for people to sign up to speak? For example, will we require sign up a certain number of hours or days in advance of the meeting? It looks like right now we are accepting public comment up until 3 p.m. on the day of the designated Go Team meetings. Does that work for everybody? Or anybody want to voice a different opinion? All right, so now let's talk about timing. How much time will each speaker have to provide their comments? We want to ensure fairness while also allowing enough time for meaningful input. We currently have 2 minutes, that each commenter will have 2 minutes for their comment. All right, looks like we're good for the 2 minutes. Let's talk about timing. All right, related to that, when during the meeting will we hold our public comment period? Will it be at the beginning, at the end, or split across different points in the agenda? Right now it's designated at the end of Go Team meetings. So that way they can get all of the information, because sometimes they may have a comment that we'll answer later on.
Yeah, I agree. Keep it at the end.
Okay. And then finally, is there anything else we'd like to include in our public comment protocol? This could be additional expectations for conduct, how we communicate that the Go Team listens without responding during public comment, or if and how follow-up may occur outside of the meeting. All right, I think we will leave it as such that these will be followed up with as outlined in our current protocol. All right, so thank you for that discussion. Based on what we've outlined, we now have the components needed to establish our public comment protocol. May I have a motion to adopt this public comment protocol?
This is Dawn Archie. I motion that we adopt the public protocol as written.
All right, a second?
This is
I already
Thomas.
tried to
Taisy
second that
Bunsu,
motion.
second.
Everybody. All right, so all in favor, please say aye or raise your hand. All opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions? Please say abstain or raise your hand. All righty. So these have been, our protocol has been confirmed. All right, so now we will determine our Go Team meeting norms. We'll begin by reviewing the initial Go Team meeting norms. All right, so this is a meeting of the Go Team. Only members of the team may participate in the discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. We will be fully present. We will follow the agenda as noticed to the public and stay on task. We will be respectful of each other at all times. We will be open-minded. We invite and welcome contributions of every member and listen to each other. We will respect all ideas and assume good intentions. We will approach differences of opinion with curiosity. Does anyone have any changes to these norms? And we can leave them unchanged. All right, may I have a motion to adopt these norms for our Go Team?
I motion to adopt.
Thank you. A second?
This is Thomas, and I second the motion.
All right, all in favor, please say aye or raise your hand. All opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions, please say abstain or raise your hand. All right, we will now move to the discussion items on our agenda. And I don't believe we have any. All right, so next we're going to discuss stakeholder engagement. As a charter system, the decisions of the Go Team shapes our school's future. And the best decisions come from hearing the diverse voices within our school community. When we bring families, students, staff, and our community into the work, not just into the audience, we get stronger ideas, better outcomes, and a shared vision we can all stand behind. So here's the challenge. We're going to look at 4 groups: families, students, staff, and community. For each one, we'll answer 3 questions. For inform is what's a fun or unexpected way to keep them in the loop. As far as input, was a meaningful way to get their ideas or feedback. And then for invite, how can we bring them into the work, not just the audience? So let's get creative, specific, and push past the norms. All right, so thinking about our families, what are some good ways to inform or unexpected ways to keep them in the loop for our families? And I know we have some on the line. If there's something that you can think of that you would prefer as far as the way that we engage with you all, that would be a great time. Right now we have some, like we do dojo, we do send robocalls. There's also like the hard copy flyers that go home. I was thinking of some type of a way, because I know a lot of times the parents want to know exactly what our students are working on per grade level so they can kind of assist at home. I was looking at either sending a newsletter or maybe even doing some type of like principal message where I can be recorded and just kind of keeping them in the loop, or maybe both. Any input on those ideas?
I do like the principal message, the robocalls, because I do have a couple of children that are scattered throughout APS. Sometimes I don't answer the robocalls thinking it's for my other children. So the principal robocall would actually be a little bit better, in my opinion.
Okay,
Yeah, I agree with the principal message.
got it. Y'all better watch all of it too. All of
Would
it.
the principal message also be in Spanish?
Of course it can. I'm fluent, Sanchez.
I know, I just, it's
Come on
kind of
now.
insulting for me to ask. I just want to make sure.
Did you see my face? No, definitely. And then I'm excited about that actually. Don't threaten me with a good time. Yes, I'm actually very, very excited about that. I get to showcase my skills. But no, that's really good because I think when I was first thinking about the message, that wasn't even really something that I was considering. So thanks for being an equity champion, Ms. Sanchez. There you go, showing why you got that. All right. What about ways that we can kind of gather ideas or feedback from our families and invite as far as bringing them into the work and not just an audience? Any ideas for that? I know we do like our dinner with data. Is there a way that we can maybe capture some of the things that they are wanting? Or we can kind of continue on how we're doing with the surveys. I know there's like 1,000 surveys, but we really do look at that data in order to move forward. And then I think if there's any new ones, I can maybe put it in the principal's message and then they can kind of let me know from there. Ms. Sanchez? Oh,
So
I thought you were.
like, for example, with dinner with data, like, while their families are sitting down and eating, like, it could be kind of a good way of like maybe having some QR codes that they can easily scan, just and like asking them a couple questions, like, what kind of ideas or feedback they have on specific things. But I know that like while they're eating, they're having a lot of time to like, eat, but also chit chat. So like it could be a moment where we could get feedback then.
I think that's good. That's one of our most attended parent events. So that'll be a prime time to get some feedback in and an invite for them too. All right. Thinking about students.
I have
Oh,
I have a suggestion. I'm sorry to come off
No, go ahead.
so abruptly, but is there a way that it could be implemented that we could have like a bring your parent to school day, maybe for 45 minutes during, I don't know if it's going to be morning instruction, that they can actually just get a glimpse into what a school day, how it starts and what the lesson is for the day, so that parents can feel as though how the lesson and learning is happening with them.
I think that would be a great idea. Let me figure out, because I know sometimes when they're in for a certain amount of time, I have to get some kind of approval. So let me look into that one. But I think that would be a really good idea. I wonder if there's a way to do waves, because I feel like in our kindergarten classroom, we would have like an abundance of like, you know what I'm saying, parents coming in. I want that same in our higher grade levels, but I need to do it in a way to where it actually makes sense and it's not just like a crowd of people in a room. So I think that's a really good idea though. Bring your parent to work. I mean, not to work. Sorry, that's us. Bring your parent to school day. So that's a really good one. Let me even pose maybe some ideas to my staff as well, or even the parents, just to see like how they think that would be best flushed out. Because that's good. We want them in the building. So yeah, let me see, maybe a grade level at a time or something, which that would be inconvenient if you have multiple kids though, to try to come multiple days. Yep. Let me try to figure that
I
out.
was gonna say, how do you split the time for the parents with multiples?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me figure it out. But I like the idea very much so. How about when we're thinking about input for our babies? I know like our 3-5, they do a survey and we get some data from there. But let's like brainstorm some ways maybe to just get more input, even if it's just the things that are happening in the classroom too. As far as, because I know like I think 5th grade even asked their students before they came up with their class dojo awards, I think. just to be sure they have like a whole system. So just more of those. I know that's when they really want to tell you what they want when they're talking about what they want for a reward. So that's like some good ways to kind of bring in their suggestions, or even for academics, even sometimes in these clubs. I know that they may have some ideas too, as like far as like next projects they want to tackle and things like that. So I'm gonna get with Miss Rucker to maybe bring in our impact students just to see if there's a way to get a little bit more student voice in some of the things that we're doing. What about from staff for informed input or invites? Are there additional ways? I know that we tried to do a couple more surveys at the end, even when it came to our instructional strategies and things like that. And a lot of the moves that we're making this year is actually based on the input that we got from those surveys. Is there anything that we can do maybe to bring in a little bit more from the informed input and invite for staff? Feel
Would
well
you like to
informed?
eat? So we're trying to get the staff to fill out a survey or provide their input. Is that correct?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
not fill out
I
a
don't.
survey, just to give us like whatever form it may be,
Mhm.
as far as that. You
If
said you
we
like
can.
to eat or something?
No,
Is that
not me. I didn't say me. I didn't say me. I said the
no, I'm
staff.
saying I'm saying you as in the staff. Yeah, so we love to feed them. It's just, it can get it has to be
Yeah.
kind of cost effective because
Mhm.
certain funds cannot be used for food at all, right? So then that becomes a fundraising thing that we'll have to do. And I don't mind it. It's just that we kind of got to get on it and balance that with our food incentives and initiatives for parents and students.
Okay.
Yeah, that's always the thing, but like we're trying to look at some different ways. We got a few more partnerships this year too. So yeah, we can look at that as some ways to maybe bring in some treats at least, or some food items for staff. So that we can get a little bit more input, maybe a way to bring them into the fold a little bit more.
And jeans is a free one that can be implemented outside of a Friday.
And y'all
A
just got the
jean
Friday
day.
ones. And how would we use that in order to give the input, inform, or invite? Are you just wanting a Jean Day?
No, I'm just saying, like, if we need the staff to participate in something or provide their opinion, provide
Yeah.
some type of input, if the staff is providing that input, whether it's a survey, an in-person conversation, then they can receive like a coupon or a ticket or something, or a little certificate to say, hey, you participated in this, pick a day to wear jeans on us, on me, or something like that.
No, you are correct. Jean Day is always a good incentive. So yeah, we can definitely do some more of those. As far as trying to get in some more input. And then
Can you
That would
accept?
be fun. You
I'm hearing too. Sorry.
I'll yield the floor to the person that was speaking, and I'll go after.
And I wasn't sure who it was. Who was?
Sorry, my computer's lagging.
Oh, go ahead, Sanchez. I think that was you. Go ahead.
I think it'd be kind of fun if like right before like double PLs, when like teachers are kind of after dropping off their kids and you're kind of waiting to actually start having like a little not like a survey, but like maybe like a little cutout of like what's been working in your classroom, kind of like a little warm up for the teachers, and like making it as informal and almost like in a kind of joke kind of way. That way it's like more consistent and not just at the end of the school year.
A cutout. You said a cutout for what's been working.
Sorry. Sorry. Did you guys hear that?
I heard you. I was just trying to make sure. You said what they do at the beginning of the meeting. You said like a cutout.
Yeah, yeah, like just like a little slip, like when we give the kids like a little quick warm up before, class or before the
Okay.
lesson, doing a quick little warm up, like what's been working recently or what's, kind of using that for ideas or feedback to where it doesn't feel like it's just a quick informal
Yep.
way to gather thoughts and feelings without it being like a serious big deal.
Gotcha. Okay, no, that'll work. That'll work too. Yep. And then I think we'll give some, and then even some feedback, like, so what's been working in class, but also like maybe what's working in this PLC as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
Thank you for that.
exactly.
Your parent. Okay. And then any ideas for informing community and bringing more ways for the community to have input, and then ways to invite. Because I know we're going to have our partnership breakfast. And I know last year, whenever we had like events or anything, we would try to send out invites. So just our community partners and things knew what was going on. And we also sent some things to Reverend Carson so that they would know and he can announce it at the church as well. Any more ideas for informing or input or invite for community? Oh, and we're gonna do a better job. I know we're already because I definitely was slipping in this process, but like letting them come and have like a table. I know we were doing really good at that, and I think it was my slip up. So like making sure they have tables at our dinner with data if they are wanting to get like some information out to our families or staff. Any other ideas for bringing in community? All right.
So my suggestion is both for community as well as for teachers and staff. Securing, can you accept in-kind donations? Like gift cards and even food, how you said about feeding the family or feeding the teachers and not having to adhere that cost. Is there a way that if I was able to secure in-kind donations from Maggiano's, and just throwing that out there, you could accept that, yes? Or is there something else that has to happen from the APS side?
I believe that we can accept in-kind donations all the time. Yes, ma'am. So that would be great, actually. So he gonna get with you, Kirsten, in order to help us kind of set that up. Okay, awesome. Yes. I know, sounds like a move. All right. All right. Any other suggestions for family, student, staff, or community as far as inform, input, or invite? All right. All right, so we will now move on to information items. And first is the principal's update. Nothing too crazy, just about 20 items. No, I'm just playing. All right, so so this Friday, we will be continuing our food pantry. I know that is a hot ticket item. Even over the summer, sometimes we'll get our parents asking when this will begin again. So food pantry, September 4th. We will also have our first RAM recognition program. That's gonna be at 1:15 p.m. And then that is when we will recognize our students of the month, citizens of the month, our attendance winners, and we will also recognize our teacher support person and team of the month. This year we're doing a little different where we do have our nominations from our staff first, and then the ILT team will choose from there. And it was given with a rubric or kind of like checklist of the characteristics of each. So I'm very excited about that, as I feel like that gave a little bit more staff voice. For Labor Day, no school, September 7th. Needed that, huh? All right, Grandparents' Day, although it is on I think a Sunday, we are celebrating Grandparents' Day at 8:30, September 11th. And so we will have our grandparents in, although it will be in the cafeteria, we are doing a outside company to cater that breakfast for them. On September 12th, we are continuing in our flag football season where we will have a game at 1 p.m. against our very near neighbors, the Boyd Bobcats, Scott Rams. I'm gonna go ahead and say we're gonna get another win. Right now we are 2-0. All right, dinner with data. I know we just discussed that. That date for that is September 15th from 6 to 8. So looking forward to that. And we will also have some opportunities for parent raffles as usual with our dinner with data. And of course, we will feed everyone. For September 19th, that's when we will go up against Usher Collier at 10:30 a.m. for our flag football game. Again, all flag football games are on Saturdays. It's a wonderful early and hot time. I hope you all come out. We will have early release on September 21st at 11:15. That's also going to be an Attended Spirit Week, the beginning of our Attended Spirit Week. I know that sometimes we do struggle on a regular Monday and Friday with our babies coming in. Those are some of our lowest days for attendance. With it being a early release day, we are trying to kind of entice our babies to make sure that they are coming in, even though it's an early release day. And so that's going to be the beginning of our Attended Spirit Week. September is Attendance Awareness Month. So that's just another layer to those incentives. Also, September 15th is not on here, my apologies, is the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month. That will run from September 15th to October 15th. And we typically have our Hispanic Heritage program that Friday before we go out for our October fall break. I know that that's far out, but I just wanted to kind of mention that since we were talking about Hispanic Heritage Month. And then we will have another flag football game September 26th at 11:30 a.m. Against Peyton Forest. And then, like we spoke about before, we have our Partnership Appreciation Breakfast September 30th at 8:30 a.m. All right, we will now hear about any additional information items. And that is just to remind us about of course, the district has our APS personal electronic device policy. All right, and then that started last school year. That is still continuing this year. We've actually had a long-standing PED, which is personal electronic device policy. It was just that we made sure that our communication from the school was in line with the communication from the district. And additionally, for this school year, in line with the new state law, this will expand to include other personal devices, which include like smartwatches, tablets, and headphones. Very serious about that. My daughter, who attends an APS school, also got her headphones taken, and I'm not going to get them because I told her about that. All right, so inside of that, you can click to see the APS policy, but here you'll see our policy as far as a first offense. The item can be confiscated and returned to the student at the end of the day, and the parent will be notified. For that second offense, the item is confiscated, turned into the front office. It must be picked up by a parent or guardian by 3:30. I always put 3:30 because that is the only time that I can guarantee somebody will be here in order to give them those devices back because they will be locked up. The items will be locked up. For the third offense, the item is confiscated, turned into the front office. We will have a parent meeting with admin at that time where we will sign a parent contract and progressive discipline will be implemented. Any repeated violations after that, possible loss of the privilege to even have that device for the semester, and that's going to be at administrator's discretion. Of course, we're really just doing this. We really need to, first of all, there's even a screen time policy that we know is on the horizon for our board to really vote on and everything like that. But we really want to avoid the distractions that come with a lot of times of having those personal devices. Although we understand that it is important for our parents to be able to get in contact with their students, I think we do a very good job of making sure that we are available to get any messages that need to be given to our parents or to the students during the day. And then, of course, it just to encourage the safety, integrity, respect in all learning spaces. Just some important notes. We are not responsible for lost, stolen, or damaged phones that are not turned into the staff. We have a lot of times where our babies will misplace their phone. Sometimes just trying to hide them from turning them in. We cannot be held responsible for that. And again, if anybody needs to reach their child during the school day, the best route is just to call the main office. We will get all messages to those students or get those students up to the front office to return a call from their parent if there is an emergency. All right. And does anyone have any announcements? All right, so the Go Team office would like to remind all Go Team members that they are required to complete orientation within 1 year of joining the team and must be renewed every 4 years. Failure to complete the orientation training will result in removal from the Go Team. And please feel free to contact us or the Go Team organization if you have any questions regarding those trainings. I believe you may have gotten an email from Ms. Tiffany Olive if you were in need to complete any of those trainings. But we have reached the end of our agenda. Is there any additional business at this time? All right, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
This is Dawn Archie, I'm, motion that we adjourn the meeting at 5:03 PM.
Thank you. And can I get a second? It looked like I had some hands up from Ms. Walker and Ms. Trotter. All right, and then all in favor, please. Oh, and then all in favor, please say aye or raise your hand. All opposed, please say nay or raise your hand. Any abstentions? Please say abstain or raise your hand. All right, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for giving your time for this meeting and for our dedication to our Go Team for the remainder of the year. I do look forward to working with everyone and for the betterment of our Scott Rams and the community that we serve. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Smile, Ms. Cousin. Bye, guys.